Okay, so hi everybody. I'm Ryan Jones with Wycott Realtors Generations. I'm here today with Faith Weber from Achosa Home Warranty. Um, First things first, what got you into home warranties?
Um, I started back in 2018 with a different company, and I'd never been in sales. I'd never been in sales. It was just an incredible opportunity. It gave me great flexibility, gave me the chance to focus on relationship building, which is the part that I absolutely love the most. And almost 2 years ago, it'll be 2 years in March, I came to Achosa, and I would not sell home warranties for anyone else.
Love to hear that. So, what makes Achosa different? That's has you feel that way about it?
So there are two types of home warranty companies. There's traditional and non-traditional. Traditional home warranty companies require you to use their network of contractors. So you are at the mercy of the home warranty company for all of your claims. So homeowners can be stuck waiting for very extensive periods of time to get their home back up to the level of comfort that they want to live in, that they deserve to live in. With non-traditional home warranty companies, homeowners choose the contractors who come into their home and do the work, and so they're in control of the claim. Achosa is a true non-traditional choose-your-own contractor home warranty company, and then as an extra layer, we pay those contractors their retail rate over the phone before they leave the home. So they're not getting nickel and dimed either. They are being taken care of immediately, just like the homeowners. So it's a really cool system, and I've now, seen in almost 2 years, I've really seen it work, and it's night and day, because I worked for a traditional company before.
Awesome. I do love to hear that. So I guess to kind of get off of that piece, what would you say is probably the most, in your time in the industry, the most important thing that a homeowner needs to know that they, or a soon-to-be homeowner that they don't know when it may, or maybe don't know when it comes to home warranties?
A couple of things. One, education and setting the right expectation from the realtors is key. So my relationship with you guys is paramount. So you guys know how to set the right expectation when it comes to your homeowners, who then become our homeowners. Because unfortunately, oftentimes a home warranty is sold kind of as a blank check. Oh, don't worry about it. The AC's old, we'll just put a home warranty on it. Oh, that's going out, we'll just put a home warranty on it. It'll cover everything. That is not true. That is definitely not true. And so setting the right expectations tends to set the stage for the best overall outcome for everyone involved, which is what we want. We want people to place claims. We want them to use their home warranty, but we want them to understand the coverage and the parameters so that they are left satisfied and happy with their home warranty. Not just for themselves, not just for us, but then also for you guys as well, because we're in a referral business, right? So those happy buyers and sellers, after they've had a good claims experience, if somebody says, well, how'd you hear about that home warranty company? Well, guess what? My rockstar agent took care of that for me. And so that's just one more referral touch for you guys. So we see this as a full circle thing.
Yeah.
We're all in it together.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Can you explain from your standpoint, because I know a lot of people don't know the difference of what a home warranty is versus home insurance?
Yeah, that's a good one. And actually, I have that conversation a lot, especially with first-time home buyers. So a home warranty covers mechanical failures due to normal wear and tear on the systems and appliances within the foundation of the home, okay? Whereas your homeowner's insurance covers things that are more likely to be caused by acts of God. So if you have a major hailstorm and your roof needs to be replaced, that is your homeowner's insurance. That is not your home warranty. One we see a lot, let's say that there's a plumbing failure in the basement and water has come back up. It has caused water damage in the basement. Your home warranty covers the plumbing failure. that caused the water to back up. So say a line needs to be snaked, a drain needs to be repaired, whatever. We cover that piece of it. But the consequential damage that happens in result of that water being in the basement, that is going to be your homeowner's insurance. So the cosmetic damages that come from those mechanical failures, that's where the homeowner's insurance comes into play. We see this a lot when it comes to water. That's usually the biggest one. Also in the kitchen, let's say a dishwasher leaks, a sink is leaking for a while, floor damage happens, whatever. We just encourage homeowners to kind of work in tandem. We handle the failure, the mechanical failure that caused it. And then if they have enough damage that it makes sense to call in a claim to their homeowner's insurance, then we encourage them to do that. So usually once we explain that all makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a big piece that, I mean, like I said, a lot of people don't really understand the difference. They think one is the same. So I think it's really important for people. How long have you been in the business?
Since 2018.
So, I mean, in that time, I'm sure, do you have any particular success story or unique story of where you were able to help somebody out that kind of stands out to you that you'd maybe like to point out that shows why you guys are different?
Well, so, the big things, I probably don't have to tell you this, but the big things that people are most concerned about when they are buying a home, HVAC, water heater, right?
Mm-hmm.
The two big expenses. The thing that they're most concerned about the age on, have they been taken care of, all of those things. Hot people are not happy people. Cold people are not happy people. If you're stuck with cold showers, nobody likes that. I am so happy to say that at Achosa, summer has been easy. And anybody who's in the home warranty industry can appreciate that, but it's because AC claims are tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just tough. And in the traditional space, it was nothing for me to have AC claims, and then in respect, furnace claims that would go on for even 6-8 weeks. And that's people living in their home without adequate comfort, right? With the Achosa, the way that we are set up, that doesn't happen because they are able to call somebody and get them out there, and if they've got the part on the truck, they get it taken care of. I have seen situations where even the day before closing, they're doing a final walkthrough, and the air had been working just fine, and they go in and the house is hot. Well, thankfully in that situation, they had listing coverage in place as well. So they were able to go ahead and place, the seller could go ahead and, place a claim and get that AC up and going before the buyer took possession, and that saved that deal because that buyer was freaking out. So was the buyer's agent. So that worked out really, really well.
Well, I think that's something unique that you guys have, at least from what I've seen, is the listing coverage side of things. I don't know that I've ever seen that anywhere else.
It's really cool, the complimentary listing coverage. And I know people sometimes are like, really complimentary? It is 100% complimentary in the respect that during the listing period, if you are representing a seller, put that sucker in place. Just get it on there. When you do that listing appointment, just let them know, hey, as soon as I walk out of here with this signed contract, I'm going to go ahead and give you $1,000 worth of coverage on your home as a seller's home warranty. And I say $1,000 because we do cap our seller's coverage at $1,000. And we do that because if, say for example, that contract doesn't close, but the seller went ahead and placed claims and we repaired things and we spent that money, we're not coming back on anybody.
Yeah.
So the goal of that, of course, is that it is going to translate into a 1-year buyer's contract. And most of the time it does, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. But I have seen multiple occasions where, especially, it always seems to be water heaters,
Mm-hmm.
where they've been able to come in at that last minute and get it taken care of, because sellers don't want to spend a bunch of money on a home that they're trying to sell, right?
Yeah.
So, but buyers also, get cold feet if they find out something's wrong and it's not getting taken care of. So, listing coverage also is helpful, even in some situations when it comes to the home inspection. Sometimes things pop up on the home inspection that could be covered by a claim from the seller, but also it's a great negotiating tool. It helps you look good because say the inspector says, well, that water heater's past its life expectancy. It's still working great, but it is past its life expectancy. So as the representative for the seller, you're saying, great, we're going to go ahead and put a home warranty on here. It's still working great. But we know it's probably getting towards the end of its life. So we're going to go ahead and protect your buyer by including a home warranty in this contract. Again, it makes you guys look good, and it creates peace of mind.
Well, I think that's the big piece, is it creates peace of mind. I mean, I don't know half as many of the things on home warranties that you do, but I do remember one I had years ago where it was through a different home warranty company, and it was a traditional home warranty company, and a furnace went out in the middle of December, and ended up taking them about 2 months to fix. But during that time, because there was no heat, they also got burst pipes.
Yep.
So just the problems started compounding on each other because it was taking so long. And that's one thing I like is, with your guys' scenario, you can call out whoever and have it fixed in a day or less than a day sometimes, depending on how long the contractors can take. And there's not a bunch of fighting over, got to use this contractor, this person. There's not all the hoops to jump through.
Right.
And I think it really helps the homeowner out, which, like you said, I mean, at the end of the day, also makes the real estate agent look good because we recommended you guys, so it turns out good for everybody.
Yeah, it really does. Well, and keep in mind too, how many crazy Sunday evening calls do you want about one of those issues, whether it's the furnace or the water heater or electrical? They can call us instead of you.
Yeah.
Just take something off of your plate.
Absolutely.
We want.
So for the homeowners, on that, I mean, obviously, I know the stuff with home warranties. The big things always, home warranties are going to get out of everything. They're not going to cover anything. And I know that's not the case with you guys. Would you like to talk at all about kind of that side of stuff on like how things are decided, if it's covered, not covered?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That little piece of stuff.
Sure. So the way we are set up, homeowners have to call into our call center to place a claim for a couple of reasons. And one, I can tell you flat out, we do not have a hold time. All of our calls are answered in less than 10 seconds, so they're not stuck waiting, which is huge. But we're gonna, in that time frame, we're going to verify that we have the right contact information for them, and then we're going to talk through that potential claim so that we can find out to the best of our ability if it is truly a covered item. Then we're going to explain the claims process to that homeowner. If they do not know or cannot find on their own merit a contractor that they need, we will Google a list. Again, those contractors don't work for us, but we won't leave them out to dry. But we go ahead and we explain their coverage, we explain how the claims process works. And so one of the pieces that we go off of is what that homeowner says in that first call. And we always record our calls. They're all recorded, and it's not for our protection, it's actually more so for the homeowner's protection. In case there's ever a dispute about information, that way we can look back on it and make sure that everybody's got the right information. But we are listening to them in that moment so that we can get as much information from them. And then ultimately, we need that full diagnosis from the contractor that they have chosen. So we ask them to call us back while the contractor is still in the home. We ask them a series of questions. We have to go off of what that contractor says. So if they say, there's no way we can repair this because the parts are not available anymore. It has to be replaced. Fantastic, replace it. If they say, oh yeah, no, it's 20 years old, but we've still got the parts for this and it could be repaired, fantastic, we're going to repair it. We trust what they say. And honestly, because the homeowner chose the contractor, there's way less room for argument. They tend to be much more trusting and open because they chose that person to come into their home, not us. We're not controlling it. We do want to pay claims. We want homeowners to use the product. That is, without a doubt, what we are looking for. There's always, that dispute of homeowner or home warranty companies don't want to pay. It's just not true. And even with my old company, we did want to pay. We wanted to take care of them. But there are going to be those one-off situations.
Yeah.
And squeaky wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody's unhappy, that's who you're going to hear from. You don't hear from the happy people.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, where a lot of that comes to play.
Absolutely. I would completely agree with that. Well, I think, we've kind of covered a lot of these topics that we kind of had to go over, throughout this. I think the biggest thing I'd kind of like to end on a couple little different things. One is obviously for someone who's bought a few homes, they kind of know the process. They know, hopefully they've had good experiences with whoever they're having, whether it's you guys or someone else,
Right.
and know what they want. The biggest piece I think is the first-time home buyers.
For sure.
What advice would you have to someone who's a first-time home buyer and either not sure if they want a home warranty or who they're going to go with on why they should choose Achosa?
First and foremost, keep in mind you don't know that home. Home warranty is going to protect you that first year of home ownership where you are getting to know your house. And that is true whether you're a first-time home buyer or it's your 10th. It doesn't matter. You're getting to know that house. Also keep in mind, two families live very differently in a home. So if you've had just a couple living in it, maybe an older couple, that they haven't been hard on the house. They've been pretty easy on it. And so they haven't taxed the systems. They haven't taxed the appliances. And then you move a family of 5 in with young kids and they're in and out and the, air's getting turned up and down and the dishwasher's getting ran twice a day and there's loads of laundry going all the time. That house is getting a lot more use, a lot more wear and tear. And so that first year, as you are getting used to it, things will go wrong. Nobody wants to think that their shiny new house, even if it's just new to them, that something is going to happen. But it does, because it's a house and things go wrong. And most of the time, we dump every penny we have into buying these houses. And so there's not much cushion left. And so I just think for peace of mind, I think it is vital that for that first year, they have something there that is some budget protection for them. It doesn't mean that it is going to cover the entire cost of every repair or replacement, but it's sure going to help. And so I encourage agents and first-time buyers, go ahead, put that warranty in place. When you are talking about something that for as low as $500 for that first year, you're going to walk away with thousands of dollars in coverage for as little as $500. So I think it's important to just have that in place. One, they're not going to call you, they're going to call us when something goes wrong. Two, they've got some cushion in place in case if anything goes wrong. It's just the overall peace of mind that they have in place. And then they can renew or they cannot renew after that first year. Totally up to them.
Well, I think, on that piece, to me, I've always looked at it as the same reason why you use a real estate agent. You use a real estate agent because we're the experts and we know what we're doing. And ultimately, for most people, this is the largest investment they're ever going to make. There's nothing else you're going to have that's going to be as much of an investment as your home. And I think people need to look at it that way. And on a home warranty, it's a protection for that investment. So I would agree. I think it's a very important piece, a very important step in the process. but I think it's also just as important of making sure you're choosing the right place.
I think there's something to be said. I think I mentioned back in the beginning, we're in the relationship business. It just happens to be centered around real estate, right? And so each one of us, you as the realtor, us as the vendors, the partners, we all play a role. But it's like a puzzle that all fits together to get our buyers and sellers across the finish line and into that next chapter of their life, whatever that is. We work together to create the best possible scenario for them. I think that there is just a lot to be said for making sure that our people are taken care of. And
Absolutely.
with us knowing that at the end of the day, your homeowners are in control of the repairs and replacements that go on in the home that they are living in. We're not dictating it. They choose who comes in their home and when. And then you also know you've got somebody local, you have a partner, somebody, me, that you can reach out to if there's ever a question. Whether it's on the post-transaction side or if it's in the middle of the transaction and you guys are still in negotiations and you're wondering if, okay, the home inspection report says this. What do you think that a claim might look like on something like this? Would this be considered pre-existing? Would this be something that would be covered down the road? We can talk all those things through and help you get to the closing table on some scary situations.
Well, and to me, that's a big part of, just from knowing you, that's why I like you guys especially, because a lot of companies, just like any other industry,
Sure.
once it's sold, you're never going to be able to get a hold of anybody again. And I know you're very, very big on answering the phone,
Yep.
talking to people, helping them out through that scary part of the process. And I think that's a huge piece. One last thing I'll kind of leave people on for why I think it's important, and especially not to overlook home warranties, is the reality is being in real estate, I sometimes fall into the same trap everyone else does. And on my first home, I thought I know better than everybody else. So I didn't need a home warranty because I can look at it and I know everything because I'm in the business. Well, kind of situation you mentioned earlier was two people who had lived in it before. They were an older couple. They didn't do much on the house. Well, I've got 2 children. We were in there about a month and the AC that was probably 6 years old broke down on us.
Oh.
And turned out if I'd had a home warranty, it would have been covered, but it was not because I didn't have one, so I'm out a lot more money than at that point. And I think the point to that is I think it's good for people to know, don't think just because you think you're a handy person or you're not going to have something happen, that it's not going to happen to you and it's not necessary. Again, for as low as $500, that peace of mind is well worth it. And I don't know many places in life you're going to find that kind of level of peace of mind for $500.
Right.
So that's kind of all I had for you today, and all the questions I had. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming in and talking a little bit, and hopefully to anyone listening that you guys think a little harder about home warranties, and if you do, give Faith a call and see if we can help you out.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. And I chose a home warranty. I am putting the faith back in home warranties. Again, we give you the power to choose. So I would love to chat with anybody about any misconceptions or questions that you have. I truly believe in it, or I promise you I would not be doing this. So I look forward to chatting with you again in the future.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.